This is a version 3 gearbox out of an Elite Force Umarex G36C. Several years ago I was playing and one of the gears broke. A couple of the spurs. Here they are, the teeth. So went ahead and opted to get new gear. On top of that, I went ahead and decided to also upgrade the original cylinder and piston with an upgraded SHS and below next cylinder. So I've tended to find videos on how to do this. I found different videos on other version 3 gearboxes, very similar, but not on the specific G36. This has the quick shank spring. There's not really much difference, but hopefully, this will help somebody if they're looking for this specific gun. So let's get into it. I already shimmed the gears and I've already greased a lot of the parts beforehand. So basically, same spots where they popped out of. I'll go ahead and put this in here. This one I will need to hold in place later on because it will pop out. This is one of the ones that got me into trouble. And I don't see anybody showing how to actually do this. This pops out. See, it's already popping out. So I won't do this quite yet. I'll do this later, but I'll go ahead and start working on this. So we got this part. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this spring. Put it in here. Okay. Got this. Right. This I went ahead and lubed it up too. That has lube. This has lube. All this has lube. All of this has lube. You can see that there. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in there. This, I didn't know this, but you need, I've already put this together once. This needs to go in there. Okay, like so. That goes like that. And this pops into place here. Okay, and then take the spring that came from there. Alright, so you don't want to put it on this way, you want to put it on this way because this will be snug up against the top, and this, you see how it's on this side, just twist it down, will be snug up on the bottom. So if we put this go. Okay, and that holds that forward. This needs to be in the track on the bottom. Okay, looks like my shim fell out. Alright, cool. The lube gets pretty sticky, and if anyone's concerned, I'm using super lube as recommended by a lot of tech YouTubers out there. Alright, so now that we got all that, let's see, I'm going to take this slow so I make sure I get everything. Then we go ahead and we have to hop on the trigger. So this is one tricky part that I've had issues with in the past. So the trigger goes here, right, but it goes attached to this, like this, okay? So it goes here, see that? But before you put that, there's this little nub here that needs to go into that hole right there. I don't know if you can see that. That hole right there that you can see. Okay. So the problem is this spring is really, really strong, and when you go to put it on there, the trigger just wants to pop off. So this is actually going to go like this. So then when you put it on, there's gonna be tension. You know, and I don't want to put it, and then this is gonna have to slide on. The problem is, this, as I showed earlier, is gonna want to pop off too. So I went ahead and did a little trick here, if you will. So I have a black stick. As a computer technician, you get these for working on computers and stuff, but you can use almost, any type of small little stick or whatnot, like a screwdriver. I like to use this since it's non-metallic. Won't scratch things up, not that it matters. But so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to angle it here. I'm on the edge of my desk here, so let's see if I can move this. Okay, so I'm on the edge of my desk. So what I'm going to do is, this is where the motor actually goes into. So I am going to stick this in here. Okay, and this is going to be holding this down with a grip. Okay, while I'm doing that, then I can put this on and then work with it, and then I don't have to worry about this. But before I actually start getting going, I actually have to get the trigger point here. This goes here, so. Okay. It's there. Okay. Good on there. Okay, so moment of truth. So I'm going to stick this in here. Clamp. let it go, it's holding that down, so I don't have to worry about that. So now I can concentrate on getting this up here. Sometimes it will come undone, but let's see what we can do. This goes like, it's going to go in like this. Okay, and one thing you have to be cautious of when you're putting on the cover is that this small square needs to go into there. So when you're putting this on, it's going to bind up, but you can just push it. So let's see if we can do this. So I've seen some people, they actually put this on first. It never worked for me, but I'm going to try. So they put this on first somehow, and then they actually just yeah, this doesn't work for me. I don't know how they do that. They must be bending their... Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Okay, but what does work for me is doing this. Putting it there, getting a screwdriver. Let's see if I could... Okay, so it's in there. There we go. Oof. I'm going to move these gears to the back over here. Alright, so how do we do this? Okay, so I'm going to let this go. So as you know, this is the anti-reverse, so it's not going to let it. So I need to lift this, let it go back over here. So yeah, there we go. Put this back. Okay, so got that in. So the teeth are moved back, that way I can slide this in, get that in. Okay, then we got it. First, when we put this on, we want to make sure these three get into here. Then again, we got to make sure this gets into there, and these two get into those. So first I line up the bearings. Let go of this. My finger hurts. Okay. I got the back. Something's going on with the front. So since I have the back here, what I'm going to do is I am going to screw for that. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna take this off. Going to keep pressure both sides. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this is clamped shut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screw here, tighten that down. Cool. Now I don't have to worry about holding this side. So what I can do is I can look at this. See that? These popped out. That's probably what's preventing it from clamping. There we go. Cool, so now I am going to do this front one. Cool, so I got one there, got one here. Everything looks all closed up. Yep. That looks good. That's the safety. When the safety gets engaged, that keeps that. Okay, looks good. We test this. Pops back. Alright, cool. So now that we have everything all fitted properly, then we can start adding the screws. So you probably had screws like that, right? So basically, right, I already added one there. Okay, so this one goes here. We have another one that goes here. We have another one, this one, and you're going to see this, the one with this little thing. This goes in between. So let's put these on first. Make sure nothing. I like to lay it sideways. Put this. Gotta be careful because this sometimes goes in crooked. Okay, if you find this cap, okay, if you're like, what is this cap? What's it doing? It goes here. It basically blocks things from getting into Yeah. There you go. See? Blocks anything from getting into the gear. Take a look at that. Slides. Okay. Now, you didn't see my disassembly video, but basically, I had removed this, so this goes here, and it does nothing, okay? But you could imagine there's a spring there, this goes there, this belongs on the top plate, this spring's on the bottom plate. If I try to put this together with that on there, it would be almost impossible. So I took it off. Takes this little screw here. Doesn't go in all the way, just there. It just keeps it from bouncing back and forth. So we can finish this as much as we can. I still have to find that screw. Okay, this is for this keeps the wires out of the way when you put it in. Okay, so that clips, holds the wires there. Clips on this side. Okay, so I found the screw. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, so when you put it into the box, I'll take this off. Okay, slide it in. You're gonna have to be careful with the selector switch, okay, because it can get caught up. Okay, then the trigger. Make sure the trigger goes in. Remember, keep in mind there, this has to slide into there, and then this has to slide into the hole. Goes into there. That goes into the hole. Trigger's in there. Okay. Okay, and then as I said earlier, this bar goes into there. There we go. Cool. Cool. And let's test this. Alright. Cool. Let's put in the quick change spring. It's in. I'm also upgrading the spring, so this is the original spring. I believe this is a 100 M100, and I'm upgrading it to you can't see it, M110. Wow, that's horrible. M110, there we go. M110 matrix. So this should bump up my FPS significantly. I'll do that later. It's just yep. Cool. Let's go ahead and test it. Cool. We have everything put together. Let's go ahead and throw in a mag and try out. See if it works. Fantastic. So what I would like to do is now switch out the spring for this. Let's see if I can do this. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take this out. Chuck any BBs out there. Get those out of the way. Okay. We're going to take that out. First, before we take that out, take out this pin. Okay. Then we're going to take out that. There's the quick change spring. So basically the way that works is stick this in here. Pull that out. Okay, so there's the M100 spring. Okay. Like I said, this is the M110 spring matrix. Maybe it has that on the front. There we go. M110. So we can actually see the difference in length. On top of that, you can see the various coils variation. So I'm going to go ahead and do is then this on here. Sorry, doing this all with one hand. The other way. Cool. Stick that in there. Okay, electronic. Alright, so now that's in. Put this back in. Okay. Then we put a pin. That has to align in there, right? So if it's not, you can jiggle this. There we go. There we go. Let's just jiggle in that. Pop that. Pull that up. There's the old spring. Okay. Let's try this out. See what we got. I don't have a chronometer, so. Battery's dying. Awesome. So there you go, my half backwards approach to putting together the gearbox and upgrading it as well to a G36C. Again, I don't know the real make, Elite Force Umarex, but definitely had difficulty the first time I took this apart. Didn't know how to put it back together, but through trial and error and other helpful videos here and there sparsely, got it back all up and working. So hope this helps somebody out. Peace.